Hey folks, me again, Shannon Fox here. Just got a great video for you. It's actually Dan Bongino's report, and I just let it play all the way through. It's good stuff. It is a little more exposure since this movie My Son Hunter has came out. There has been nothing but reports about what's really going on with Hunter, Joe Biden's affiliation, 10% for the big guy, and now they're starting to bring a little more exposure to the fact that his brother Jim was one of the people that helped cover up some of these crimes and was just as much part of it as the other two Bidens. It's the whole family's in on it, no doubt about it. And there's two different reports that I've got today. I'll try to bring them both to you. This first one here is from Dan Bongino, just letting you know that the tide is turning, folks, with reports like this. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me jump out of here. I'll just let it play all through. Like, subscribe, and share, folks. Stick around to the end. Oop, wrong one.
Transactions involving either Hunter or James Biden's global business affairs were flagged as concerning by U.S. banks for further review. Some of those concerns included large wire transfers.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's an angle of this story I do not want you to let go. Catherine Herridge used to work at Fox. She is a really good reporter. She's very talented. For some reason, she's over at CBS. I'm not knocking her for it, but I'm stunned because CBS had to know they were getting someone who does actual, you know what I'm saying, Joe? Like, she actually does reporting.
Yeah.
Well, Dad, it's CBS News. That's the point. Like, it's CBS. They don't do reporting. Right. It's CBS News. Like, they're not interested. They're interested in liberal opinion, which Herridge doesn't do. She does reporting. So why they hired Catherine Herridge is bizarre because she's an actual reporter, right? So Catherine Herridge has been getting these mind-blowing segments on CBS News. I say mind-blowing because I can't believe the CBS News staff is allowing her to air this stuff. Here's Catherine on CBS News talking about how this whole Biden family scandal, don't just focus on Hunter. That's the worst part of it, I think, by far. Outside of the fact that Joe Biden's involved, obviously. But Joe Biden's brother, old Jimbo there, Jimbo got a problem too. This aired on CBS News, which is, again, shocking to me. A report about Jim Biden. Check this out.
CBS News has learned that more than 150 transactions involving either Hunter or James Biden's global business affairs were flagged as concerning by U.S. banks for further review. Some of those concerns included large wire transfers.
This is the way it is.
After a nearly 3-year investigation, Republican Senator Chuck Grassley told CBS News he believes the president's younger brother James was instrumental in Hunter Biden's Chinese business ventures.
I think James Biden was very much a part of this.
James Biden has worked as an entrepreneur and recently in the healthcare industry.
We will focus on James Biden, the president's brother.
This week, Grassley released bank records indicating James Biden's company, the Lionhall Group, was paid directly by a Chinese finance consulting firm.
These records come directly from the banks, no third party.
You're absolutely right.
In our interview, Grassley did not allege the Bidens broke the law, but he said it's concerning that both Hunter and James Biden were promised retainers for their China work totaling $165,000 a month in 2017 after Joe Biden left the vice presidency.
We have people with the Biden name dealing with Chinese business people that have a relationship through the Communist Party. I think it's very concerning.
I think it's very concerning, too, Senator Grassley. I think your analysis there is spot on. I'll tell you what's more concerning about it. Number one, I'm just shocked this aired on CBS News. Aren't you? I mean, CBS News, this has never been known as a serious journalism outlet. They must be like right now, gosh, can we review that Herridge contract? My gosh, we didn't expect to hire an actual journalist. What are we going to do now? By the way, she'll go after anyone on either party. She's an actual journalist. Like, that's what they do. But this is stunning. And if they made the decision knowingly, then you know what? Good for them. But the part about this I find really troubling. And again, I'm not sure anything is ever going to happen. The DOJ is corrupted. Merrick Garland is totally corrupted. So they'll probably shut this thing down before anything gets serious. But I want you to pay very close attention to a key part of that. I don't know if you guys caught it. These are official bank records. These are not third-party records. This is a point-to-point transfer from members of the people who are thought to be Precision Matters, thought to be associated with the Chinese Communist Party, directly to bank accounts controlled by entities he's a part of. There's no third party here. Why does that matter? It's not like the bank gave the money to Guy and Guy gave it to Jim Biden, and later on we have to worry about Guy's credibility. You get what I'm saying? Like, you put Guy on the stand, and then the defense is like, Guy, we heard you had a problem watching too many Star Wars movies. Says to us that you have a credibility issue. You think Rogue One's a great movie. And all of a sudden the jury's like, well, did Guy really give the money to Jim Biden? He thinks Rogue One's a good movie. That's a problem. There's no third party. These are official certified bank records. Jim Biden's little crew there got the money from the entities in China. They're saying there's no third party. There's no credibility issue. It's a big problem. Think this through, man. You know, having spent 10 plus years investigating financial crimes, these are really important things. Chain of custody is important, as we just saw with the voter story. Ballots and a corrupted chain of custody, potentially. But chain of custody with money, you get 1 weak link and they can call into question the credibility. They can say, oh, Guy never gave Jim Biden the money. He's just lying. Not the case here, folks. One of those links has been excised and cut out. Bank to Jim. Bank to Jim. That's a big problem. James Biden. Don't leave that angle out.
What y'all think about that, folks? I like me some Dan Bongino. He's great. Nothing I can say more to it other than the guy's on the right trail. That's the name of the game. Figure out who all's involved. That way we can put this all together, because there will be accountability someday. It probably won't happen during the next couple of years because of who the Attorney General is, unless we can get that sucker impeached out of there somehow or another. But at any rate, good information to know. I'll probably bring you another article later on today or tomorrow, explaining a little more in detail about Jim Biden as well. There's all kinds of information out there about him today, and it's good information to know. It's called exposure. Matter of time, and they'll eventually have to pay for their crimes. We got to pray on that one, and definitely make it so, one way or another. That's all I got for you, folks. Like, subscribe, and share. Vote Patriots. I hope you like Dan Bongino, because I'll be bringing you some more of his good stuff. Later, folks.